This is the story of Golden Goose, the Italian luxury brand that turned dirty, beaten-up sneakers into a 2.5 billion euro empire. These are shoes that look like they came from a thrift store, but cost more than most people's monthly rent. In 2000, husband and wife duo Alessandro Gallo and Francesca Rinaldo started Golden Goose in Marghera, a working-class district near Venice. But it was not until 2007 that they stumbled upon the idea that would revolutionize luxury footwear forever. Picture this. It is 2007, and the founders are wandering through Los Angeles skate parks, watching teenagers tear up their sneakers on concrete bowls and metal rails. Most designers would see worn-out shoes as a problem to solve. Gallo and Rinaldo saw opportunity. They were fascinated by how each scuff, each tear, each stain told a story of adventure and rebellion. They returned to Italy with a radical concept. What if luxury did not mean pristine and perfect? What if it meant lived in and authentic? They called it perfect imperfection, a philosophy inspired by kintsugi, the ancient Japanese art of repairing broken ceramics with gold powder, where every crack becomes beautiful and every flaw tells a story. The result was the superstar sneaker, and it looked absolutely terrible, deliberately terrible. These weren't shoes fresh from the factory floor. They were pre-distressed, pre-scuffed, pre-loved. The founders were so committed to uniqueness that they made sure no two shoes in a pair looked exactly the same. Every single sneaker bore different distress patterns, making each pair as individual as a fingerprint. The fashion world didn't know what hit them. Here was a luxury brand celebrating imperfection in an industry obsessed with flawlessness. But something extraordinary happened. People fell head over heels for these beaten-up shoes. The numbers tell an incredible story of growth. In 2016, Golden Goose generated over 100 million euros in revenue. By 2019, that figure had exploded to 272 million euros, a 40% increase in just 1 year. Their EBITDA soared from 32 million euros in 2016 to 83 million euros in 2019, representing a staggering 37% compound annual growth rate. But who exactly was buying these expensive, dirty-looking sneakers? The answer might surprise you. Celebrities started appearing in Golden Goose everywhere. Taylor Swift was photographed in them. So were Selena Gomez, Reese Witherspoon, Chris Hemsworth, and practically every other A-lister you could name. The brand became what fashion insiders call an if you know status symbol. Unlike traditional luxury brands that scream their logos, Golden Goose sneakers were subtle. The signature star on the side was recognizable only to those in the know. This created an exclusive club of wearers who could spot each other across a room while remaining invisible to everyone else. The pricing strategy was as bold as the aesthetic. While you could buy a fresh pair of Converse for $50, Golden Goose sneakers started at around $400 and climbed all the way to $1,715 for crystal-studded versions. Some limited editions with premium distressing reached $2,000 for shoes that looked like they belonged in a dumpster. The brand's philosophy went deeper than just aesthetics. Silvio Campara, who joined in 2013 as Chief Commercial Officer and became CEO in 2018, articulated their mission perfectly. If you can help people be creative, they're going to be loyal to you forever. Golden Goose wasn't just selling shoes. They were selling a form of self-expression. Each pair came with a little wedge built into the heel, giving wearers an extra inch of height. The company maintained strict scarcity principles. They never discounted their products and never restocked sold-out items. This created a sense of urgency and exclusivity that traditional luxury brands could only dream of. The success attracted serious attention from private equity. In 2013, DGPASGR acquired a majority stake. valuing the company at 45 million euros. 2 years later, Ergon Capital Partners bought 75% for 80 million euros. By 2017, the Carlyle Group swooped in with a 400 million euro acquisition. Each sale represented exponential growth in value, but success brought scrutiny. In 2016, Golden Goose released what would become their most controversial product, the Superstar Taped Sneaker. These shoes featured deliberate duct tape patches and cost $530. The internet exploded. Critics accused the brand of poverty appropriation, essentially mocking the poor by selling expensive versions of what broken-down shoes actually looked like. The controversy reached fever pitch in 2018 when images of taped sneakers went viral on social media. One viral tweet captured the outrage perfectly. It said the shoe is quite literally dirty when you buy it, so you are paying to look poor. The backlash was intense and personal. Over 40 million Americans live in poverty, critics pointed out, and many of them wore worn-out shoes because they had no choice. Meanwhile, wealthy consumers were paying hundreds of dollars to achieve the same aesthetic as a fashion statement. The hypocrisy seemed glaring. Poor people get judged for wearing beat-up shoes. Rich people get praised for buying expensive ones that look identical. Golden Goose defended their position, arguing that their sneakers captured a signature, worn-in, pre-loved aesthetic that celebrated individual stories. They emphasized that their products were handmade in Italy by workers earning fair, livable wages. The distressing process, they insisted, was an art form that required skilled craftsmanship. The controversy revealed something fascinating about luxury consumption. Traditional status symbols are obvious. Everyone recognizes a Louis Vuitton monogram bag or a Rolex watch. Golden Goose created something more insidious, a stealth status symbol that looked poor but cost rich. It was virtue signaling disguised as humility, wealth performed through apparent modesty. But the controversy did not slow down sales. If anything, it increased brand awareness. By 2020, when Primera acquired Golden Goose for 1.3 billion euros, the company had proved that negative publicity could be just as valuable as positive coverage. They had successfully turned outrage into profit. The brand continued to expand aggressively. They grew from 7 directly operated stores to almost 100 stores, with direct-to-consumer sales increasing from around 10% to 45%. By 2024, they operated 227 stores worldwide. Sneakers still accounted for 89% of total revenue, with the original Superstar model contributing 42% of all sales. Silvio Campara emerged as the perfect spokesperson for this unconventional brand. With a background that began at Alexander McQueen in 2004 and a degree in economics and fashion design management from Bocconi University, he understood both the creative and business sides of luxury fashion. His philosophy was refreshingly blunt. He said, "The problem isn't the market, it's the product. Everything is so boring. That's why people aren't consuming." Under his leadership, Golden Goose pioneered what they called the casualization and sneakerization of luxury. They proved that formal wear was dying and that consumers wanted luxury they could wear every day. Their sneakers worked equally well in boardrooms and skateparks, at gallery openings and grocery stores. The brand's only collaboration in its entire history came in 2016 with Virgil Abloh's Off-White. The late designer, who would go on to become Louis Vuitton's menswear artistic director, understood Golden Goose's vision perfectly. Abloh said he had been impressed by the soul and spirit infused in the products they make. The collaboration created some of the most sought-after sneakers in streetwear history. Revenue continued its relentless climb. By 2021, the company hit 385.6 million euros, an 88% increase from the previous year. In 2022, they reached 501 million euros. By 2023, revenues hit 587 million euros. The latest figures for 2024 showed 654.6 million euros, representing 13% growth and proving the brand's resilience even during challenging economic times. The success attracted attention from Asian markets. In June 2024, Primera planned to take Golden Goose public on the Italian stock exchange, but canceled due to European market volatility. Instead, they pursued private investment from Asian markets where luxury consumption was exploding. In January 2025, Bluepool Capital, the family office of Alibaba co-founder Joe Tsai, acquired a 12% stake. This signaled serious Asian interest in a brand that was still relatively unknown in that market. Golden Goose made only 12% of sales in Asia-Pacific, with just 7% in China, compared to 48% in Europe and 40% in the Americas. The culmination came in December 2025 when HSG, formerly known as Sequoia Capital China, acquired a majority stake for approximately 2.5 billion euros. The deal nearly doubled the company's valuation from Primera's 2020 acquisition, representing one of the most successful luxury brand investments in private equity history. The sale brought in Temasek, Singapore's sovereign wealth fund, and its subsidiary True Light Capital as minority investors. Marco Bizzarri, the former Gucci chief executive who had overseen that brand's spectacular revival under Alessandro Michele, joined as non-executive chairman. Silvio Campara remained as chief executive officer, telling reporters that he was so happy and that it had been his dream. HSG manages over $55 billion in assets and has invested in companies like ByteDance, the owner of TikTok. Their acquisition of Golden Goose signals serious ambitions for Asian expansion. With luxury consumption booming in China and Southeast Asia, the potential for growth is enormous. The brand has big plans. They are targeting net sales of approximately 1 billion euros by 2029, up from 587 million euros in 2023. They have opened the house in Marghera, a 22,000 square meter creative hub that includes an academy for training future artisans. As Campara explained, it is not a productive hub, it is a creative hub. They have also launched the Forward Store concept, which offers repair, remaking, reselling, and recycling services for sneakers from any brand. This circular approach addresses some of the sustainability criticisms luxury fashion faces while creating new revenue streams. The brand has committed to science-based emissions targets, aiming for a 70% decrease in direct and indirect greenhouse gas emissions by 2030 compared to 2021. They have also strengthened their athletic credentials by partnering with Keegan Palmer, the two-time Olympic gold medalist in skateboarding, and paddle star Arturo Coelho. Golden Goose's success reveals something profound about modern luxury consumption. Traditional luxury was about perfection, craftsmanship, and exclusivity. Golden Goose proved that authenticity, or at least the appearance of authenticity, could be just as valuable. They turned imperfection into aspiration. The brand succeeded because it tapped into something deeper than fashion trends. In an increasingly digital world, consumers craved products that felt human, lived in, real. Golden Goose's distressed sneakers offered a shortcut to authenticity. You could buy the patina of experience without actually having the experience. They also understood that luxury was becoming more democratic and casual. The old rules about when and where to wear expensive items were disappearing. Consumers wanted luxury they could wear every day, not just to special occasions. Golden Goose sneakers fit perfectly into this new paradigm. The controversy over poverty appropriation ultimately helped the brand more than it hurt. It forced conversations about class, authenticity, and the meaning of luxury that kept Golden Goose in the cultural conversation. Bad publicity became good marketing because it reinforced the brand's rebellious, anti-establishment image. Most importantly, Golden Goose proved that in the attention economy, distinctiveness trumps everything else. In a world flooded with products and brands, being controversial was better than being ignored. Being ugly was better than being boring. Being divisive was better than being forgotten. The story of Golden Goose is ultimately about the power of perspective. Two Italian designers looked at worn-out skater shoes and saw luxury. They looked at imperfection and saw beauty. They looked at poverty aesthetics and saw profit potential. Whether you find this inspiring or appalling probably depends on your perspective too. What is undeniable is that they built something extraordinary. From a small workshop in Marghera to a 2.5 billion euro global empire, Golden Goose proved that in fashion, sometimes the best way to stand out is to look like you're falling apart. Today, as the brand prepares for its next chapter under Chinese ownership, the original vision remains intact. Every pair of Golden Goose sneakers still celebrates imperfection. Every scuff still tells a story. Every customer still joins a community that values creativity over conformity. In a world that often feels fake and manufactured, Golden Goose offered something that felt real. Even if that reality was carefully crafted in Italian workshops. They didn't just sell shoes. They sold permission to be imperfect in a perfect world. And that, it turns out, was exactly what people were willing to pay for.